Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
Psychiatry. A relatively permanent state of worry and nervousness occurring in a variety of mental disorders, usually accompanied by compulsive behavior or attacks of panic. A vague, unpleasant emotion that is experienced in anticipation of some, usually ill-defined, misfortune. A feeling of mild anxiety about possible developments. Psychiatry. A relatively permanent state of worry and nervousness occurring in a variety of mental disorders, usually accompanied by compulsive behavior or attacks of panic. Psychology. A mental condition in which the qualities of a state are relatively constant even though the state itself may be dynamic. Psychology. A mental condition in which the qualities of a state are relatively constant even though the state itself may be dynamic. Psychology. A mental condition in which the qualities of a state are relatively constant even though the state itself may be dynamic. Psychology. A mental condition in which the qualities of a state are relatively constant even though the state itself may be dynamic. Any strong feeling. Excessive anxiety. Sudden mass fear and anxiety over anticipated events. Panic in the stock market. An overwhelming feeling of fear and anxiety. Be overcome by a sudden fear. The students panicked when told that final exams were less than a week away. Cause sudden fear in or fill with sudden panic. The mere thought of an isolation cell panicked the prisoners. Chronic and abnormal anxiety about imaginary symptoms and ailments. Chronic and abnormal anxiety about imaginary symptoms and ailments. Cause fear in. Sudden mass fear and anxiety over anticipated events. A war scare. A sudden attack of fear. Cause to lose courage. Psychoanalysis. Anxiety resulting from real or imagined threats to your sexual functions. Originally applied only to men but can in principle apply to women. Prefer or wish to do something. Do you care to try this dish? The work of providing treatment for or attending to someone or something. No medical care was required. Judiciousness in avoiding harm or danger. He handled the vase with care. Be concerned with. Provide care for. Attention and management implying responsibility for safety. He is in the care of a bodyguard. An anxious feeling. Care had aged him. Activity involved in maintaining something in good working order. He wrote the manual on car care. Be in charge of, act on, or dispose of. A cause for feeling concern. His major care was the illness of his wife. Feel concern or interest. I really care about my work. Be on the mind of. A commercial or industrial enterprise and the people who constitute it. A racially integrated business concern. Be relevant to. Something or someone that causes anxiety, a source of unhappiness. New York traffic is a constant concern. An anxious feeling. A feeling of sympathy for someone or something. She felt strong concern for those less fortunate. Something that interests you because it is important or affects you. The safety of the ship is the captain's concern. Anxious embarrassment. Anxious embarrassment. A temperament that is perturbed and lacking in composure. Anxious embarrassment. Anxious embarrassment. A feeling of mild anxiety about possible developments. The trait of seeming ill at ease. Disturb in mind or make uneasy or cause to be worried or alarmed. Feelings of anxiety that make you tense and irritable. Feelings of anxiety that make you tense and irritable. An acute but unspecific feeling of anxiety, usually reserved for philosophical anxiety about the world or about personal freedom. The anxiety you experience when you feel vulnerable and insecure. The state of being subject to danger or injury. The anxious feeling you have when you have the jitters. The anxious feeling you have when you have the jitters. Uneasiness about the fitness of an action. Doubt about someone's honesty. Painful expectation. An uneasy psychological state. The anxious feeling you have when you have the jitters. A sensitive or highly strung temperament. A mild state of nausea. Uneasiness about the fitness of an action. Characterized by nervousness and quickness to take fright. The anxious feeling you have when you have the jitters. Uneasiness about the fitness of an action. An ethical or moral principle that inhibits action. A unit of apothecary weight equal to 20 grains. Have doubts about. Hesitate on moral grounds. The man scrupled to perjure himself. Raise scruples. He lied and did not even scruple about it.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.